For nearly 5 decades, Steven Spielberg's delivered us lots of great classics, from the Sugarland Express to E.T., and from Jaws to Jurassic Park, and from Close Encounters of the Third Kind to the Indiana Jones series. And I just saw his brand new flick, a take of the popular musical West Side Story, now playing in theaters. But is Spielberg's reimagining of the classic musical that had its first flick turned 60 not so long ago anywhere as good as that version? Or is this remake due for a major hard rumble from both the Jets and the Sharks? Find out right now in this spoiler-free review. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name's Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released new musical romantic drama flick West Side Story, released by 20th Century Studios, directed and co-produced by Steven Spielberg, which this of course is his first musical, and which of course is finally being released from being delayed last December because of the pandemic. And of course, the screenplay was written by Tony Kushner. It's the second feature-length adaptation of the 1957 musical of the same name. Of course, the original from 1961, which I recently reviewed not so long ago, turned 60 this year. Anyway, the film stars Ansel Elgort, along with Ariana DeBose, David Alvarez, Mike Faist, Rita Moreno, who of course plays a different character, unlike her portrayal from the original film, and YouTube sensation Rachel Zegler in her feature film debut. Rita Moreno also served as an executive producer for the film alongside Mr. Kushner. Yep. Of course, it's based on the musical of the same name by Jerome Robbins, Leonard Bernstein, Stephen Sondheim, and Arthur Lawrence. And of course, it's a kind of a take on Romeo and Juliet and what have you. So anyway, let's get into this. Now, of course, I'm not giving you the story, since if you probably already saw my review for the original, you know how it goes. Of course, a group of American teens called the Jets fight for control of the neighborhood in the Upper West Side, in the San Juan Hill neighborhood. But of course, it's defended by the Puerto Rican Sharks, who are led by Bernardo. And well, they get into one big fight, but of course they get caught by Officer Krupke, yeah, that's how you pronounce it, and Lieutenant Schrank. So, meanwhile, later on, the leader, Riff, proposes a rumble between the two gangs. It's approached by Tony, who recently got out of prison, who was a member of the group, but he refuses, and he decides to turn over a new leaf with the help of Valentina, the owner of Doc's General Store. Yes, Valentina is the Doc character of this, and she's played by Rita Moreno. Now, Maria, Bernardo's sister, is betrothed to Chino, but yearns for independence and what have you, against the chidings of Bernardo and his girlfriend Anita. But apparently, once she encounters Tony, it's instant love at first sight. But unfortunately, it gets into a real big, well, you know, if you've seen the original and if you've seen my review of it. But I'll leave it for you in the end bit, just in case. But I think you know the rest. But it still ends pretty sadly. But I didn't cry, you know. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, that's all I'm going to give to you. I'm not giving you no more of this, because this film's almost close to like the original film. It just has a few shakeups in my view. So this isn't factually shot for shot, you know, like most previous remakes have. So don't worry. Yeah. So anyway, and some of the musical numbers take place in different spots, unlike the original movie from 1961. Anyway, this film's already received some good response from the critics and what have you. Just about for everything. Spielberg's direction, that's one thing I do agree on. Spielberg makes a big comeback. It's been like almost 4 years since we last saw something good he directed, and that film was Ready Player One. So that's really good. Now the screenplay by Tony Kushner, on the other hand, I must say is really good. The musical numbers are good. You get to hear most of the same stuff you've heard and what have you, including the Jet song and Maria. Oh, and lots of others. G. Officer Krupke, One Hand, One Heart, The Rumble, and of course, I Feel Pretty. Which, of course, was on a different spot, unlike the 1961 film. But like I said, I'm not going to spoil where that takes place at. Thank you. Also, the production values, the cinematography, and its faithfulness to the source material were also praised. And some critics find it to be superior to the 61 film. And I have to agree, this is kind of even better from my point of view anyway. I find there wasn't much of anything wrong since after I recently watched the original and then reviewed it. So anyway, I gotta say the music was really good. I liked the choreography; it was good. The whole atmosphere was incredibly good. Spielberg really outdid himself. Yeah, and that's why I like this film. This is another good film of his. Now, as for the performances we got, now, Ansel Elgort, who I do know we've seen him in movies like The Fault in Our Stars, the Divergent trilogy, and Baby Driver. He does a pretty good job in playing Tony. Ariana DeBose plays Anita, she's really good. David Alvarez as Bernardo. Mike Faist plays Riff, very good. Rita Moreno plays Valentina. She's very good. Let's see, we have Brian Darcy James as Officer Krupke and Corey Stoll as Lieutenant Shrank. Now, at this point, a lot of the other players are good, but again, like the original, there's too many to mention this. But at this point, just about everyone in this film's good. But I gotta give big thumbs up to young Rachel Zegler as Maria. Wow! I was really impressed with this performance of hers. I was really impressed. So, no offense to anyone who liked Natalie Wood's performance. May she rest in peace. Anyway, I gotta say, young Miss Ziegler's performance of this was absolutely superb. Now, of course, we'll be seeing more of her on the big screen later on in the future because I've already read she's currently signed on to play Snow White in Disney's live-action adaptation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, which already has her as the title character and Gal Gadot as the Wicked Queen. And of course, Ziegler's also been confirmed to appear in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, both of which we'll get later on in 2023. So we'll hope for the best that these will be coming up as planned. So anyway, I was impressed with the new West Side Story. It was good. It was kind of more incredible than the first one, even though it does run at almost about the same time as the original. But I gotta give credit to it. I loved every bit of it. And I agree with everything the critics say. Spielberg's direction, Kushner's screenplay, the production values, the faithfulness to the source material, the musical numbers, cinematography. I even enjoy the choreography and the performances from the cast, especially Rachel Zegler. So I'd say definitely go see West Side Story. And we'll hope for the best this will rejuvenate some musical flicks. Because, you saw how some musical flicks have done well. You saw how In the Heights underperformed. And I know I don't have to remind you how poorly Dear Evan Hansen had done. Oh, wait a minute. I never did tell you that. But I'm gonna ham myself. My bad. Anyway, yeah, West Side Story from Steven Spielberg is definitely worth looking into. Go see it. So when everything's said, for my score, I'm going to give West Side Story 2021 5 stars, which of course means on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 10. Definitely. So what are your thoughts on the new West Side Story? What did you think? Do you think it was better than the 61 version, or, well, you be the judge. You can tell me in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of another classic from, well, 20th century, when it was 20th Century Fox, Die Hard. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to consider checking out my reviews for some of these here other recent musicals with a little bit of those, well, colored peoples and what have you. I don't want to try and be rude to that. In the upper left-hand corner is my review for one of the films I was just talking about, In the Heights. In the upper right-hand corner is my review of Disney's new animated feature, Encanto. Or if you would like something else, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the TV log I did for a little something Rita Moreno had done after doing West Side Story in the Electric Company, which has almost reached 100 views. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.